I wanted to do an update on my metabolic balance program video for you. I've been using this over 3 years personally and with my clients, and I am so pleased with the success that we have all been having. Metabolic balance has been around for over 25 years. It was created by Dr. Wolf Funfack in Germany. He was a medical doctor, and along with a dedicated team of physicians and nutritional scientists, this innovative all-natural nutrition program has been bringing balance to people's hormones, optimizing their health, and leading to a new invigorating lifestyle. So if this is something that you're interested in, this is a long-term weight management program. It becomes a lifestyle, and it's extremely successful. Over 65% of people who follow it to a T have been able to maintain that weight loss. The foundation of the program is Metabolic Balance's unique capability to develop a truly personalized nutrition plan based on an in-depth analysis of your unique blood values, medical history, and personal likes and dislikes. We go over this during your initial consult to find out which foods you can't eat or have very strong dislikes for. And also, this will then give you a prescription to give you foods that are going to bring those blood values back into balance. That's the whole idea behind this, giving your body the enzymes and nutrients that it requires to create the biochemical changes needed to reach your desired weight and health goals. So metabolic balance is 100% natural. There's no prescribed injections, pills, shakes, or proprietary foods. So you don't have to keep any points, and you don't even have to count calories or food track. If I find that a client has got off plan and needs a little help getting back on, obviously sometimes some food diary help is required. So everything on the plan can be found at your local grocery store and farmer's market, and everything is going to provide you with wholesome, nutrient-rich foods. So the difference between this plan and many others is it's not low fat or low carb or high protein kind of plan. You don't have to, stick to anything really strict or restrict any macronutrients. Each individual is able to produce the hormones and enzymes which are needed to create a balanced metabolism. With a balanced metabolism, each individual is able to select foods containing the nutrients the body needs through inner signals like appetite and dislikes. So what we can expect from metabolic balance is weight loss and improved energy, hormonal balance, improved immune function, the reduction or elimination of certain medications. Obviously, talking to your doctor while you're doing this plan is going to facilitate any changes needed in your prescriptions, and better sleep, improved moods, less bowel and stomach problems. And I can attest to those personally. I've improved my hormones and reduced and almost eliminated any night sweats. I sleep a lot better. I feel a lot better. And if I'm not sticking to my plan, my digestive system lets me know. There's also the reduced allergies and intolerances, improved joint inflammation and pain. Stiffness goes away really quickly for a lot of individuals. You're saving money on your grocery bill because you're not buying things you don't need. Can also help with polycystic ovarian syndrome, type 2 diabetes, and metabolic syndrome. There's no excessive or heavy physical workouts needed to achieve weight loss and fat burning. However, it is encouraged that you still exercise and do strength training as we age, because it's so important to maintain muscle mass to increase our metabolism. So what you'll see with metabolic balance is it's not low fat, it's not a high carbohydrate, and there's not 5 or 6 meals a day, and it's not low calorie. If we're eating 6 meals a day, we're always producing insulin in response to those meals, and that prevents your body from getting into fat burning mode. With metabolic balance, you're only eating 3 times a day, and so therefore you're allowing that fat burning to happen because you're not always producing insulin. When our elevated insulin levels start to take hold long term, it can affect other hormones in the body. It can increase your cholesterol, it can increase your triglycerides, it can increase adrenaline, which is a stress hormone, and it can increase cortisol, which is also a stress hormone. It can also decrease certain hormones in the body, like melatonin, which helps you sleep. DHEA helps with building other hormones in the body. So there's not a lot of guesswork as to what supplements, because usually when you're doing this natural way of eating and reducing insulin naturally, your body can then pivot and balance out. The other thing that is decreased with high insulin levels is the human growth hormone, and that's what keeps us looking young and healthy. This all leads to a decrease in fat breakdown. And so one simple hormone like insulin plays such a huge role in how we feel. The food pyramid at Metabolic Balance is quite simple. It's loaded with fresh fruits and vegetables and salads and lean meats, and dairy products can be incorporated as well. As you go through your plan and move into the maintenance phases, you will then be able to include some of those diversion meals. So here's how it works. When you book your appointment in with me, I take your detailed personal information and give you a requisition to go and have your blood work done. This is then all sent to Metabolic Balance head office in Germany, where it is compared with the foods in the nutrient database, and your individualized plan is then based off of that blood work and your likes and dislikes. There are 4 phases to any metabolic balance plan. The first phase is a cleansing phase or a preparatory phase, and it lasts 2 days. Then we move into phase 2. This is more of a strict phase, and it lasts for 14 days. So only foods on your list are included in this 14-day phase. And it will be a no-fat phase as well. So you're going to be cooking with broth or roasting, those sorts of things, or grilling. And after that, we then start to add things in gradually to ensure that we are also keeping track of any food sensitivities or changes. And as we work through that together, you might notice certain foods don't agree with you. And so those are foods that obviously you're going to want to avoid. Even though they might have been on your list, that could mean something in that food has nutrients that your body requires, but we can always find something to work around that. Phase 3 is the relaxed phase, and this can be weeks up to months, depending on how much you have to lose. And foods that are not on your plan will then start to be reintroduced. Phase 4 is your maintenance phase, and this is ongoing, and this is where I am. Sometimes I go back into different phases, depending on how I feel, and I encourage my clients to always remember that this is a lifestyle that you can simply get back on if you've gotten off of track, and that it's going to work for you. So Metabolic Balance has 8 rules, and the first one is to eat only 3 meals a day. The second one is to have a 5-hour break between your meals. Again, this is allowing your insulin levels to come down, making sure that your meals last no longer than 60 minutes. Again, it's a window of time where your body is responding to the foods that you're eating. It's releasing insulin in response to those foods. And of course, then allowing that insulin level to come down, allow your body to go into fat burning mode. We always begin with a couple of bites of our protein. That helps the body release glucagon. And rule 5, be sure to only have one kind of protein at each meal and to have a different protein at every meal. Not eating past 9 o'clock. If you're a shift worker, we'll work around that for you. And drinking all of your water is rule number 7. This is probably one of the things I see people slacking on the most, whether they're on plan or not. I think we tend to forget that we're, 70 to 80% water, depending on different parts of the body. And all systems in the body require water for detoxification. Eating a fruit at the end of your meal and always including 1 apple a day. So the reason behind eating 1 protein at every meal is based on the biological value of those proteins. So an egg is perfect at 100%, and this is taking into account the essential amino acids. When we have more than 1 protein at a time, the food actually decreases in value and goes to almost a lower number than the lower value on there. Here's what a plan looks like. You have 3 options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. These are all interchangeable, and we will go over this in good detail at your program delivery appointment. You will have a personal food list, and this is, again, based on your blood work. So this is a prescription to bring those blood values back into balance. As you can see, there are many categories and lots to choose from. Your bread is always going to be a whole grain rye bread like Dimple Meyer or Thin Crisp if you want some sort of a crispy, crunchy kind of cracker. So if you're looking to learn more about how metabolic balance can work for you, I encourage you to book a call with me. This is simply just to get to know metabolic balance and what's involved. I can certainly hop on a call with you and answer your questions, talking about the commitment of time that might be required, also the investment that you would be looking at based on how long we're going to have to work together. The reason to choose me, well, I think you need to find a practitioner that feels right for you. And a little bit about me is I've been in practice since 2007, mainly in person, but I am moving into the online sphere all across Canada. I specialize in gut health and detoxification. I also help with balancing out hormones and adrenal thyroid support, as well as the whole endocrine system. I feel like this is something that just is so necessary, and metabolic balance is a great starting place for my clients to really kind of clear out some of the clutter. I'm also an energy medicine practitioner. I use electrodermal screening here in my office, and I have done extensive trainings to help your body work through those phases. So if something needs a little extra help or tweaking, I have had a lot of clinical practice and success. I'm also a theta and intuitive Reiki practitioner. So what that might look like is one of your sessions might actually involve some energy healing. And I feel like when we're looking at this whole process of changing and affecting lasting change, we really need to look at the whole mind, body, spirit connection. So perhaps using meditation, visualization, and just really getting in tune with yourself is going to be very helpful in creating lasting change. This is different. The way I work with clients, it's not a quick fix. It's not a one and done kind of thing. This is something that you incorporate as a lifestyle. And we need to make ourselves a priority for that to happen. We need to value ourselves. We need to put ourselves at the top of the list. And in order to do that, sometimes we need to really kind of take a look and evaluate, hey, I'm worth it. And I know you're worth it. And I would love to work with you. So, yeah, book in for a call and let's see if we're a good match.